Hi, another quick tax return question. I just saw someone ask on a 1099-R, what is code 7 in box 7? So, just quickly recapping, 1099-R is a tax form you get at the end of the year, technically early the next year, for any distributions you took from a retirement type plan. So, an IRA, a Roth IRA, a pension, an annuity. Any monies you get out of those will all show up on a 1099-R that you then have to report on your tax return. So question is, there's a bunch of different boxes on there. One is box 7, and it'll or row 7, line 7, and it'll have various different distribution codes, of which there's a few dozen, I believe. The question specifically is, what is code 7 within that box 7? And furthermore, is it taxable if it's code 7? So code 7 simply means it's a normal distribution. It doesn't tell you a lot. All it basically says is the person who took the distribution is over 59 and a half. That's about it. There could be more to it, but that's all that really means for the most part. Now, if it's as to whether or not it's taxable, very different story. If you look at boxes 1 and 2, for example, in the 1099-R, it'll show you the gross distribution. It'll say a taxable amount of distribution. There'll also be boxes that say taxable amount not determined that may or may not be checked. So, long way of saying the custodian or the where the account is, like if it's an IRA, for example, they don't particularly know whether or not the money is actually taxable to you. That's ultimately between you and the IRS to square away. So whether or not it's taxable, it depends. If it's money you're taking out of an IRA, for example, and all of the money in the IRA is pre-tax, never been taxed before, then yes, it's ultimately going to be taxable, that normal distribution coded as 7. If you have an IRA where there's some money that has already been taxed, for example, you made an after tax or non deductible contribution at some point in the past, that's called basis. That already taxed money is called basis. There's a separate form in your tax return, specifically Form 8606, that calculates how much of every distribution from your IRA is going to be taxable versus non taxable. In that case, if you do have basis in your IRA, it's still going to say it's still going to say code 7 on your 1099-R, but some of it won't be taxable. But the 1099-R won't show that. Again, that's up to you and the IRS to figure out, specifically by way of Form 8606 on your tax return, to account for how much that distribution is a return of your already taxed money versus money that hasn't yet been taxed. So that's it. Hope you found this helpful. Take care.